Good morning. Good morning. Here with Coach Mo. Coach Mo. And Mocha. Say hey Mocha. How you doing? How you doing? You gonna say how you doing? How you doing? Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm looking to talk about a little bit about more about this energy leadership coaching. And up to this point, I've recorded videos on the 7 levels of energy, talking about energy, and none of that matters unless you have awareness. Awareness. So today we're going to talk about creating awareness and what that looks like. Because without creating awareness for yourself, you just react to the energy that you carry regardless of what it is and what level it is. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's get into that. So energy leadership, when you talk about creating awareness, how do you create awareness? Where does that come from? It starts with understanding your feelings. Creating understanding and asking yourself in various moments of time, how you feel. How am I feeling like right now, right? And the typical way to really measure that is you either have a good feeling or a somewhat of a bad feeling, right? And if there's some sort of a good feeling, right? And maybe it's happy, maybe it's excitement, maybe it's joy, maybe it's feeling possible, hopeful. Those are like, positive, good feelings. And that goes back to that antibiotic energy, right? And then there's the bad feelings that you don't really care for. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's frustration, maybe it's stress, maybe it's worry, maybe it's feeling powerlessness, all of those things, right? And that type really starts to significate a significant around not really feeling as good, not really having that fueling type energy. And in those moments, when you're feeling that way, that's catabolic energy, and that's what I'm talking about, right? But how are you aware how do you become aware when you're feeling that? Think about that, right? Do you go throughout your day and you're feeling stressed and you just accept it that, I have to feel stressful in this moment because this situation, right? That's creating me to feel the way that I feel. In a sense, that's not true. It's your perception. It's your perception around that situation that's creating the particular stress. Because there are things that happens that is totally out of our control, right? A policy change, rule change, the weather, uh, somebody else's attitude, somebody else's behavior. Those are things that we have no control over, right? But what we do have control over is our own attitude and our own perceptions, our own thoughts, our own behaviors, right? So when we go into a situation and it appears to feel like stressful or something that's triggering me to feel angry or frustrated or feeling powerlessness, those are type of feelings that I have control of changing. I mean, really, I do, right? It's just understanding why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. And when you start to explore that on a more regular basis for yourself throughout the day, in different moments, you're creating awareness around your feelings. And once you have that awareness around those feelings, guess what? You have a power of choice. You have the power to shift that for whatever you want it to be, right? You can go into a situation like going into a meeting or some sort, and you're feeling stressed about going into the meeting. And then just pause and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Why am I really feeling stressed right now? what's my perception about the stress, right? Is it the person that's going to be in the meeting, or is it the fact that I know I have so much other things on my plate that I can't afford to be in this meeting, so it's causing me a little bit more stress? Is it the fact that I know it's gonna drag on and it's gonna cause a lot of anxiety because we never get anything resolved in these meetings? Whatever the case might be, right? It's your perception of how that meeting is going to play out. So in creating awareness, like, what's another perspective to look at going into that meeting that will give you a better feeling, right? Because that's what the goal is, to shift how you feel, because that feeling influences our energy. Whether you believe it or not, it just is. That's just how it is, right? So if I'm going into the meeting with a perspective of it's going to be stress, or it's going to be anxiety, or it's going to be unproductive, guess what? You have a certain level of catabolic energy going in there, and that's not your true self. Your true self is showing up calm, excited, or happy, or just a positive, right? That's our true self. I don't think anyone really intentionally wants to go into situations being angry just to be angry. I think there's a reaction to triggers in our perception that causes a certain level of energy that makes us feel a certain way, right? That perception, that perception triggers a feeling, which ultimately influences our energy, and that's just how it works. But creating awareness around those feelings is one of the first steps that you can do to manage, your feelings, to manage your energy. Because what is a fact is, when you're feeling good, you are the most productive, you are the most creative, you are the most innovative, and that's just the reality. And when you're not feeling good, you're typically the less productive, right? Unless there's something that's really high in demand, and you got to act fast, and you got to do it now, and there's that little pressure points that's pushing you to get you that burst to react and move fast, and that's a little bit of catabolic energy, like I talk about. But it doesn't last for a long duration of time. So creating awareness is just as simple as asking yourself, how are you feeling in different moments throughout the day? The hard part in that is being consistent in doing it, the consistency. But it's really easy just to say to yourself, how do I feel right now? Why am I feeling this way? What are the reasons of the feelings this way? And then that starts to influence your energy. And now, when you realize it's a place, a feeling that you don't want to be, in that moment, change it. Think about something else. Think about things that will put a smile on your face, and create habits that, put you in a better place, mentally and from a good feeling standpoint. And that shifts your energy. Check it out for today. Go through the day, explore it. That's all I got for you today. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good day.